It is finished.
That was a long day, weren't it? Something in your mind?
No, it's nothing.
Lively crowd today. That Jesus guy seemed pretty controversial. Still, he's dead now. Won't be hearing any more from him or his band of crazy disciples. I can't wait for the annual Executioners Expo next week. Do you reckon the Cross will win the most cruel method of capital punishment award again?
It always wins.
Yeah, I suppose. Tell you what, if we don't win, we'll just crucify the judges. Hey, I said we'll crucify the judges. Come on, that was funny. What's up with you tonight? You've been acting strange ever since you speared that guy in the ribs. That's usually your favourite bit of the job. What's that song you do? How's it go? I'm the rib stabber and I'll stab you for Rome. I've been stabbing those ribs since the day I left home. I stabbed a little cat and I stabbed an old crone. And if you don't want to be stabbed, then just leave me alone. Oh, I love it. Gallows humour. Classic.
I don't know, my mind is elsewhere, that's all.
Is it something to do with that Jesus guy? He certainly drew a crowd.
But what did he do wrong?
What did he do? What did he do?
Yeah, what did he do?
Well, he said he was the Son of God.
But why did he need to die?
He said he was the Son of God. You can't get away with it. It's blasphemy, it's treason, it's arrogant. You just can't go wandering around acting like you're God's gift. I didn't like him.
I just keep thinking, what if he was the Son of God?
Why? What did he tell you?
Well, it wasn't what he said, it's what he did.
All right, what did he do then?
Turned water into wine.
That's a party trick. Sleight of hand. Red food colouring.
There were huge jars of foot washing water, and he didn't even touch them.
All right, I'll give you that. He's a good act. But what else did he do?
He healed the sick.
Well, that's fair enough. Can't blame a guy for healing the sick, I suppose. Unless he did it on a Saturday, of course. I hate it when the locals bicker.
He fed a crowd of thousands from one kid's lunchbox. He walked on water. He cast out demons.
Listen. I don't really go in for this miracle arc, if I'm honest. It all sounds a little weird.
Well, it's not just what he did. It's a little of what he said too.
All right, I'll bite. What did he say then?
He said that if you're stoning someone, the guy who has never done anything wrong should get to chuck their rock first.
Well, that's just stupid. Everyone's done something wrong.
Well, I think that was the point. He was saying that we shouldn't just judge people because we've all done things wrong.
It sounds like he's trying to put people like us out of a job. No, I'm not convinced by all this, you know. If the actual Son of God was going to come to earth, he wouldn't be like that Jesus guy, would he? He'd have a palace, an army, a white horse, and he'd probably have a hat on. And do you know what's more?
What?
The Son of God would be a Roman Caesar, wouldn't he? Never in a million years would he be poor, never would he let himself get crucified, and never would he be a Jew.
So you're not convinced?
No, I'm not. I'm not calling him Lord till I've seen his birth certificate.
Well, did you hear the story about how he was born?
Yeah, I did. My dad was an official carrying out local census at the time. The whole thing was a logistical nightmare. So some baby born out of wedlock is bedded down in a donkey's feeding trough, and everyone in town is saying he's the Son of God, just because some supposedly wise men read about him in the horoscopes.
Here's what I can't stop thinking about, though. What if the way everyone thought God's son would be wasn't what God thought was important?
How do you mean?
Well, what if God's son wasn't meant to be a Roman emperor or a king with a crown?
Easy, mate. I could have you arrested for talk like that.
But what if God's son was just a bloke? An everyman? What if instead of being something grand and otherworldly, he chose to be a man like other men? Someone we could relate to? And what if he didn't want to be the boss of everyone? What if he wanted to be like a servant?
You've gone funny. Have you been at the wine again?
I just think, if this Jesus guy was really God's son, then maybe by coming as a baby, growing up poor, and experiencing the things we all experience, God was using him to show us how he intends us to be. What if God's son didn't lead by force, but led by example?
So you're saying that Jesus was God's son? You're saying that it was God's plan that he should be born in such modest surroundings?
Yeah, I think so.
And Jesus dying, that's part of the plan too? If he was the Son of God, then you'd have to assume that his dad would intervene.
I don't know. Maybe the plan isn't complete yet.
Well, the guy's buried in a tomb. I'd say that's a pretty conclusive end. Born in a cave, buried in a cave. No, there'll be no books written about him, that's for sure.
I suppose. But I still think he might have been the real deal.
Yeah, well, I'm on duty guarding the tomb for the next few days. Tell you what, if he gets up and walks away, you'll be the first person I tell.